Welcome you all to the exam race. Today we are going to learn the another theory, that is the Oparin-Haldane theory. Now the thing is, what was this theory is all about and what was the difference this theory creates with the other theories that we have learned and we know. So based upon the first concept, that was the abiogenesis, right? So what does this theory says? That life originated from the non-living, right? For example, the meat where the flies used to came over it, right? So let me draw the flies. So different flies used to move around this meat, right? Let me draw the meat also so that it looks like a meat. Okay, so this is your meat, let us say, and here the flies used to come, and these flies lays their egg on this meat or the maggots, and then they goes away. So in that sense, scientists predicted that life originated, these maggots originated from this meat, that is a non-living, right? So till here things was very clear. As per the different experiment was also done on the same. One of the experiment was done by Vaughan, where they told that life originated, the shirt he has taken, right? Let me write it very clear for you. Okay, so von Helmont, what he did, the full name is von Helmont. Okay, so what he did, yeah, so the von Helmont, with the help of his sweatshirt, right, having the sweat, he used it and kept it over grains. Okay, that is the wheat grains. And after 21 days, he found that there were the babies of the that's your mice. Okay, so the rats, you can say. Okay, so I mean to say that there was the conception, okay, based upon the origination of the life, and the life originated from the non-living based upon this abiogenesis. So now if we talk about the second concept, where we discuss that life originated from the living beings. Now the thing is how. The second was the concept that was all about, let me write it for you, all about the biogenesis, right? So I am writing it in green, biogenesis. So what was that? Life originated from the living. So based on this theory, a different concept came and different experiment done, and it came to the conclusion, yes, life originated from the living, where they have talked about the yeast culture, capped it, tied it, somewhere they have placed it open, and they found that life originated from that pre-existing part, okay, as per the Louis Pasteur. Now the third theory, that is the modern theory that has to be considered, that is your Oparin of Russia and Haldane, the Oparin theory. Now what was this theory? We came to know that the previous theory was simply neglected, because if we talk about this particular theory of abiogenesis, where they're talking about the Nile River, and they were having a sun is there used to create a sun rays, and they create a soil create the organism. That was not accepted actually in the real life scenario. There was supernatural power, the theory of special creation. But this theory was also believing that life originated from the abiogenesis. Now the question is how? Why this theory was believing, and this was considered one of the modern theory. Why the Oparin was believed on this? So he thought that life originated from the non-living, and from the non-living the self-form. So to understand this thing, they came up with different research and different investigation based upon the experiment. Okay, so let us discuss the same. Previously, let me draw, at the earlier time, at the ancient time, it's a 5 million years ago, the earth, when the earth was forming, at that time, you know that if we talk about our earth, even today, we have the molten magma that is present in the center of the earth. Okay, this earth is having the molten magma, and in the heart, you can say. Okay, so the heart of earth consisting of this molten magma. Okay, so that you can remember the same. And this molten magma, consisting of obviously some heating part is there. Now the question is how it came and how the earth formed actually. What is the exact pattern was there. So the scientist has done the experiment, and especially the Oparin, he discussed that in his theory that the primitive atmosphere was there earlier. We talk about 500 million years ago. At that time there was very rarely, there was no water in the earlier atmosphere, and it was in vapor form moreover. There was no cloud, and because there was no proper atmosphere, no ozone, and because of that, the sun rays from the sun, let me draw this in properly so that you can see here. So the sun rays from this heated sun came directly to our earth surface, and due to that, at that time, lot of, let me make it more clear. At that time, what happened, that because of the heat, lot of volcanic eruptions was there, lot of volcanoes was there. It's looking like a rocket. Lot of volcanoes were there at that time on the earth surface, and these volcanoes created because of the heat, and heat was coming from the sun, the UV rays, infrared rays. These rays are striking, the UV rays were striking on the earth surface, and those rays was affected the earth, and because of the same, the heating was there. Okay, and this had heated the surface, and these volcanic eruption released some gases. The earlier gases was there, the primitive some gases was there. Let us say H2, the first one, and second one was there, the ammonia. Okay, third one was there. You need to understand all these gases have their major role, CO2. Okay, and the fourth one was there, methane. Okay, so these were the gases present in the earlier atmosphere, and the earlier atmosphere was the reducing one. It was a reducing atmosphere. Why? Because there was no O2. There was no O2. Because lot of heat was there, volcanic eruptions were occurring. So these gases came from those volcanic eruptions. The energy was releasing in form of these gases. And these were the primitive gases, you can say, in the primitive atmosphere. The scientist has focused. And at that time it was really unfortunate to understand the condition of the earth, because lot of heat striking and heating the surface. So we can't expect the water at that moment. As a life originated from the water, it will be going to understand, but later on we now have to understand how does the process reach to that water. So Oparin said, let me remove it. What is the Oparin said? What was his view? So I hope till here things are clear to you, that how does this volcanic eruption was present on the surface, how the environment was bit heatable there at the